Before you step on a plane in 2025, you need to hear this. From shocking new items the TSA will confiscate, to hidden rules airlines pray you never find out and secret perks that could make your next flight a dream or a total nightmare. Your luggage might not be safe, your snacks might get you flagged, and you could be missing out on free upgrades without even knowing it. Stay tuned, because in this video I'm revealing 31 jaw-dropping airline secrets they absolutely do not want you to know. Watch till the end. You'll thank me at your next boarding gate. Before my first flight, I thought I was totally prepared, but I was so wrong. From unexpected fees and weird security rules to tiny hidden comforts no one talks about, there are so many things that can ruin or completely transform your first flying experience. Most new travelers learn these the hard way, wasting money and stressing out in the middle of the airport. Today, I'm sharing 11 shocking things I wish someone had told me before I ever stepped on a plane so you can fly like a pro from day one. Number 1. Dehydration hits fast. I assumed airplanes were just like buses with wings. Turns out the dry cabin air is like a desert at 35,000 feet. On my first trip, I barely drank water and had a raging headache by landing. What I didn't realize is that cabin air has less than 20% humidity, and dehydration creeps in fast. You need to drink water regularly, not just with meals, and avoid alcohol and caffeine. Even your lips and skin can dry out quickly, so lip balm and moisturizer are essential. Bring your own refillable bottle and fill it after security. Hydration also helps reduce jet lag and improve circulation, especially on long flights. I now sip water every hour or so and feel way better at landing. I truly wish I'd known that staying hydrated isn't optional. It's a must. Number 2. Seat choice changes everything. Before my first flight, I thought seat selection was just about sitting near friends or a window. I couldn't have been more wrong. Your seat affects comfort, bathroom access, turbulence, and noise. On a short flight, a window seat gives great views and a wall to lean on. But on a long flight, an aisle seat lets you stretch and get up without climbing over strangers. I once got stuck in a middle seat near the restroom. There's also Seat Guru and Airline apps that help you pick better seats based on legroom, noise, and recline angles. For seniors, aisle seats near the front are best for quick boarding and easier access. Seat selection isn't just personal preference, it changes how your whole flight feels. I wish I hadn't left it to chance. Number 3. Never check your essentials. I learned this lesson the hard way. My bag was delayed and I had no meds, charger, or ID backup. Your carry-on is your lifeline. Always pack your medications, passport, cash, phone, and a change of clothes in it. Checked bags can get lost, delayed, or misrouted. If your trip depends on something, it stays with you. Also, here's a sneaky hack. Buy something small from an airport shop like snacks or a magazine. Many airlines don't count that bag against your carry-on limit. It's not guaranteed, but it often works. Your main carry-on should be soft-sided, organized, and fit easily under the seat if needed. If I'd just packed smarter the first time, I would have avoided a stressful first day in a new city. Essentials aren't just valuable, they're non-negotiable. Want to travel safer and smarter? Check out the best travel gear in the description. These top picks make every trip easier and more comfortable. Number 4. You can and should ask for airport help. If standing for long periods, walking long gates, or managing heavy bags sounds difficult, there's a solution. Ask for assistance. Airlines are federally required to provide help to passengers who request it. I had no idea I could request wheelchair service or boarding assistance, even without a disability. Seniors often qualify just by asking in advance or at check-in. You'll get help through security, get to your gate faster, and board early. At security, you can also notify TSA officers if you have implants or mobility aids. They'll adjust the screening accordingly. I used to feel embarrassed asking for help. Now I know it's normal and built into the system. Your comfort and safety come first, and the staff is trained to support you. Don't tough it out. You paid for this service. Use it. Number 5. Airlines don't provide entertainment like they used to. I was surprised to learn that many airlines no longer have seatback screens or free entertainment. Some budget airlines offer nothing at all. Even major ones now ask you to download their app to stream content. I wish I had known to load my phone or tablet with shows, audiobooks, and games ahead of time. Also, bring your own wired headphones. Bluetooth often doesn't connect easily, and airlines rarely provide free ones anymore. The cabin can also be loud, so noise-canceling headphones make a big difference. If you have a long flight ahead and nothing to watch, those hours will crawl. Entertainment isn't just for kids, it's how adults pass time and stay sane on flights. Your phone becomes your in-flight theater, if it's loaded properly. Forgetting this once is all it takes to learn the lesson. Number 6. Airplane bathrooms are tiny. One shocker? Airplane bathrooms are extremely small, and they're off-limits during takeoff and landing. On my first flight, I drank coffee before boarding and needed the restroom during taxiing. Big mistake. You can't get up until the seatbelt sign is off, and that might take 30+ minutes. These bathrooms are cramped, loud, and sometimes poorly maintained. Always use the restroom at the airport right before boarding. It's clean, spacious, and stress-free. Also, if you're seated far from the lavatory, it can be tough to navigate through aisles mid-flight. For older travelers, plan bathroom breaks before turbulence begins or during cabin service when the aisles are less crowded. This one habit saves a ton of discomfort and awkwardness. It's the kind of thing no one warns you about, but it can turn into a real issue fast. Number 7. Jet lag feels worse. Without a strategy, jet lag isn't just about feeling tired. It's a real disorientation of your body clock. On my first international flight, I crashed the moment I landed, then stayed wide awake at 3 a.m. the next day. It ruined my first few days abroad. The fix? Adjust your sleep a few days before your flight, stay hydrated, and expose yourself to natural daylight once you land. Light helps reset your internal clock faster than naps or coffee ever will. Some people also use small doses of melatonin to realign their schedule. And absolutely avoid alcohol during and after your flight. It delays your body's recovery. Now I prep ahead by shifting my schedule slightly and building in one easy day upon arrival. A little planning goes a long way in dodging that zombie-like fog jet lag can cause. Number 8. You need a real ID for domestic flights. Before my first flight, I had no idea that a standard driver's license wouldn't get me on a plane. As of May 2025, the TSA requires a real ID-compliant license for all domestic flights. If your ID doesn't have a star or is marked "not for federal use," it won't work at airport security. Even more surprising, international flights require passports valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel date. Some destinations also need pre-approved visas, which take time to process. Without the right documents, you could be denied boarding on the spot. I wish someone had told me to double-check these details early, not the night before. Getting turned away at security because your ID isn't compliant is a mistake you don't want to learn the hard way. Number 9. TSA security prep starts before you leave home. The screening process is where most first-time flyers feel stressed, and I was no exception. I didn't know liquids had to be in 3.4-ounce containers and stored in a clear zip-top bag. Belts, jackets, laptops, everything goes in a bin. If you're not ready, you hold up the line and get flustered fast. Also, wear slip-on shoes for quick removal. I wish I had packed smarter and worn less bulky clothes. Keeping your ID and boarding pass easily accessible, not buried in your bag, makes a difference. Seniors can often ask for help or expedited lanes, but you still need to be organized. Trust me, breezing through security is possible if you prep before arriving. Learning this after I fumbled around for my shampoo and belt wasn't exactly the smoothest way to start my trip. Number 10. Wearing the wrong clothes makes flying miserable. One thing I really didn't expect: how uncomfortable flying can get in the wrong outfit. Airplane cabins are often freezing cold, and you're stuck in that seat for hours. I wore tight jeans and a heavy hoodie on my first flight. Bad move. My ankles swelled from the pressure. The hoodie made security slower, and I spent most of the flight adjusting everything. Now I wear loose, breathable layers, slip-on shoes, and bring a light sweater. The temperature changes at cruising altitude, and being able to adjust your comfort level matters. Also, if you're flying international, compression socks help circulation. Your clothes should make it easier, not harder. I wish I'd packed more thoughtfully. Once you're in that seat for hours, there's no turning back. Comfort isn't a luxury in flight. It's survival. Number 11. Flying can affect your health. Flying isn't just tiring. It can affect your circulation, joints, and medication routine. I didn't know about the risk of blood clots, DVT, until I experienced swollen feet after a long flight. If you're over 60, bring compression socks, walk the aisle every 2 hours, and flex your feet regularly. Also, always keep your medications in your carry-on, with labels and a copy of your prescription. Don't rely on checked bags. They get delayed more than you'd think. Pack extras in case of extended layovers or unexpected cancellations. If you use medical devices or insulin, let TSA know. They'll accommodate you. Your in-flight routine should protect your health, not disrupt it. I wish I had considered the medical side of flying sooner. Your body needs just as much preparation as your luggage does. What if I told you the best snacks on your next flight aren't on the menu, and airlines hope you never find out about them? The good news: TSA rules allow almost any solid food in your carry-on. Today, I'm revealing exactly which snacks you can legally take through security and the genius ways to pack them so you can outsmart the airlines on your very next flight. Let's dive into it. Hack number 1. Ice water bottle. Hack. Fill a reusable bottle with water and freeze it solid before heading to the airport. TSA treats ice as a solid, so a frozen bottle passes through security even if it exceeds the 3.4-ounce limit. After screening, refill the bottle at an airport water fountain or hydration station for free water. You'll start your flight with a bottle of cold water without spending a dime. Airports often sell bottled water for $3 to $5, so this saves real cash. Travel Plus Leisure explicitly notes that the 3-1-1 liquid rule does not apply to ice. Even if some ice melts, you still have plenty of water, and you can ask the flight attendant to add ice or top it off mid-flight. This simple TSA-approved trick keeps you hydrated and avoids airline drink markups. Number 2. Instant meal. Cup hack. Bring an instant meal cup, ramen, pho, couscous, or oatmeal, on board. These are dry mixes, so TSA will allow them through security. Once on the plane, ask the flight attendant for a cup of hot water. Pour it into your meal cup, cover it, and wait a few minutes. You'll have a hot filling dish without paying anything extra. The tasting table confirms this trick. Because the cup contains no liquid at security, it passes TSA. Be courteous with the request and careful with spills. You can even add single-serve spices or sauce packets to flavor your meal. This hack works on most US flights and lets you enjoy a warm homemade meal instead of an overpriced airline snack box. It's quick, convenient, and satisfying for any traveler. Number 3. Vacuum-sealed meats and cheeses. Pack solid, protein-rich snacks like cured meats and hard cheese. TSA allows vacuum-sealed meats and hard cheeses on board. For example, bring a sealed salami stick, beef jerky, or a block of cheddar wrapped in foil. None of these are liquids, so they pass through security easily. Travel Plus Leisure notes. Vacuum-packed meats and cheeses are perfectly fine to fly. Add a small salt or seasoning packet for extra flavor. Trip Savvy confirms cheese and cooked meats are explicitly allowed. Pack them with some nuts or crackers to create a mini charcuterie board in flight. High in protein and fat, a little goes a long way to satisfy hunger. You'll be munching gourmet deli snacks at 30,000 feet without paying any snack cart prices. Number 4. Packaged snack items. Stock up on sealed snacks to munch during the flight. Unopened granola bars, protein bars, trail mix, or candy bars are all TSA-approved solids. You can also bring bags of chips, cookies, crackers, or packets of dried fruit, like raisins or fruit leathers, in their factory packaging. Travel Plus Leisure emphasizes that sealed snacks, chips, nuts, cookies, granola, are safe to carry. Chocolate bars and hard candy are fine too. They count as solid sweets. You can even include gum or hard candy to freshen up. Since these snacks contain no liquid or gel, TSA will let them through without fuss. Pack a mix of sweet and savory to cover any cravings. Keep them in your carry-on pocket so you can snack anytime instead of paying airline prices. Want to travel safer and smarter? Check out the best travel gear in the description. These top picks make every trip easier and more comfortable. Number 5. Nuts, seeds, and dried fruit. Bring nuts, seeds, and dried fruit for healthy onboard snacking. These nutrient-dense solids are TSA approved. For example, almonds, cashews, pistachios, sunflower seeds, raisins, or dried apricots are all fine to carry. Trail mix, a blend of nuts, seeds, and dried fruit, is especially convenient and fully permitted. Hard candies or chocolate chips can be added for variety. Solid sweets are also allowed. These snacks pack protein, fiber, and healthy fats to keep you full between meals. Because they contain no liquid, TSA will wave them through quickly. Stash them in a zip-top bag or container for easy access. Best of all, these cost pennies per serving compared to expensive airplane snacks. You'll finish the flight snacking on nutritious food instead of buying candy or nut packs on board. Number 6. Sandwiches, pizza, and baked goods. Don't overlook bread-based snacks. You can carry real meals through TSA. TSA explicitly allows sandwiches, pizza, cakes, and pies in carry-ons. You can stop at an airport deli or pizzeria after security and bring that food on board. For example, carry a wrapped deli sandwich, wrap or breakfast burrito, or a slice of pizza from a shop. All breads, bagels, tortillas, or rolls are fine. Even pastries like muffins or cookies are allowed. Just avoid jelly or syrup fillings. Travel, plus leisure notes. TSA is pizza-friendly, so that pepperoni slice is good to go. Wrap your food in foil or a container to avoid crumbs. You could even pack enough for 2 meals. TSA won't object to extra solid food. You'll have a full meal at 30,000 feet without paying for it. Dessert bonus. TSA even lets you bring a piece of cake or pie. With this hack, you eat your homemade meal instead of buying that $8 to $10 snack box, saving both money and hunger. Number 7. Coffee, tea, and protein powders. Carry coffee, tea, and protein powders as TSA-approved snacks. Dry goods like coffee beans, ground coffee, or loose tea leaves are allowed. Bring your favorite blend or tea bag. Flight attendants can brew it by adding hot water at no charge. For example, pack single-serve coffee sachets or tea packets to enjoy on board. Similarly, protein or energy drink powders are permitted since they're dry. Stash a scoop of mix in a sealed container. After takeoff, ask for hot water and stir in the powder for a free nutrient-packed drink. Even instant oatmeal or soup mixes work the same way. Add a sugar packet or 2 for sweetness. Tea and coffee are fine to drink and skip the cost of buying them on board. You basically carry your own mini cafe, bypassing the usual $3 plus airline drink fees. Number 8. Instant mixes and spice packets. Don't forget dry seasonings and flavorings. You're allowed your own mini pantry. TSA permits powdered ingredients like salt, pepper, dried herbs, and spices. Pack small sachets of chili flakes, garlic powder, curry, or Italian seasoning. These TSA-approved solids will instantly upgrade your snacks. You can also bring instant soup or ramen seasoning packets to mix with hot water from the beverage service. Carry tea bags, hot cocoa, or instant coffee as dry mixes too, plus sugar or powdered creamer. With these, any bland airplane snack or meal becomes flavorful. Don't pay for tiny salt or hot sauce packets on board when you have your own. For example, sprinkle salt on instant noodles or cinnamon on granola for free flavor. Even 1 teaspoon of your favorite seasoning makes a big difference. You'll be surprised how satisfying your own condiment kit can be at 30,000 feet. Number 9. Baby/formula. If you're traveling with an infant, leverage TSA's baby food exemption. TSA allows unlimited bottles of breast milk, formula, baby juice, and baby food in your carry-on. That means you can pack multiple 8-ounce bottles of milk or juice or pouches of pureed snacks without worrying about the 3.4-ounce rule. Simply declare any baby food items at screening. Flight attendants will even warm or mix these foods with hot water. Parents often bring extra formula or freeze juice bottles, just like milk, to ensure plenty of fluid. This hack lets families carry substantial nutrition without buying anything on board. You're essentially carrying your own drinks and snacks for free. Your baby eats instead of paying any airline markups. This is especially valuable on long flights when buying food for kids can be very expensive. Number 10. Empty bottle and free water. Carry an empty reusable bottle through security, then fill it after screening. Many U.S. airports have water fountains or refill stations in the terminal. One travel resource confirms you can take an empty bottle through security and fill it on the other side. This saves you from paying $3 to $5 for bottled water in the airport. Major U.S. airports, JFK, LAX, have numerous refill points near the gates. Try asking a coffee stand, many will top you up for free. You'll have all the drinking water you need on the flight at no cost. Just remember to empty your bottle before screening, then fill it after and enjoy your free water. Once past security, you're otherwise a hostage to high drink prices. But this hack puts control in your hands. Number 11. Lounge access. Use airport lounges for complimentary snacks and drinks. If you have a premium credit card or airline status, lounge entry may be included. Inside, you'll find buffets of salads, sandwiches, soups, desserts, and more, all free. For example, Priority Pass lounges refresh and refuel with a range of complimentary pre-flight bites and drinks. Even one visit can provide more food than a bought meal. Major U.S. lounges and many independent lounges welcome eligible guests. Plan ahead. A long layover becomes a chance to dine in comfort rather than buy overpriced snacks. Some travel cards offer unlimited lounge access or free visits. Even buying a day pass, around $50 to $60, often pays off with the free food. Enjoy dining in the lounge with zero snack fees. You can even sample soup and salad from the buffet in one visit. You think you know the airline rules? This summer, you might be in for a nasty surprise. In 2025, airlines have rolled out sudden new rule changes that are catching even the most experienced travelers completely off guard. Picture this. You arrive at the airport thinking you're set, and suddenly find out your seat, your bags, even your boarding priority have all changed, and there's nothing you can do. But today, I'll break down these shocking new summer rules and show you exactly how to protect yourself before you even step foot in the terminal. Number 1. Cashless airport counters. Don't carry cash? You're not alone on some airlines. Delta explicitly states that all its U.S. airport ticket counters are now cashless. That means you cannot pay for a checked bag or upgrade with bills. Only cards or mobile pay. Other carriers and service vendors are quietly following suit. Many airport vendors and parking lots, like in Syracuse, New York, have also dropped cash options. This change took effect in 2025 without big announcements. Travelers should have a payment card handy for any gateside purchase. The lack of cash acceptance has surprised some passengers recently, but it's part of a broader move in aviation to digital transactions. Number 2. Digital Journey Pass. Coming. Within a few years, boarding passes and check-in could go the way of paper tickets. The UN's ICAO aviation body has unveiled plans for a new digital credential. After booking a flight, passengers would download a smartphone, Journey Pass, containing their passport data. There would be no need to check in or print an e-ticket. Instead, facial recognition gates would confirm identity automatically when travelers arrive at airport checkpoints. Any itinerary changes, like a flight delay or rebooking, would update that pass in real time. If implemented industry-wide, it means by late 2020s, flyers will tap and scan their way through airports with a single digital ID. For now, this is a proposal, but its scope is huge, essentially erasing the old boarding pass and kiosk check-in for a more automated journey. Number 3. More pet-friendly flying. Pet owners will see big policy shifts. American Airlines announced that passengers traveling with a cat or dog can bring double the normal carry-on allowance in 2025. That means 2 carry-on bags instead of 1 if you're flying with a pet. This aligns with a broader push by carriers to accommodate the sharp rise in animal travel. At the same time, airlines are also updating pet fees. Delta, for example, is hiking its in-cabin pet fee to $175 each way starting in March 2025, up from $125. Others are planning similar increases. The takeaway: you'll be allowed more space for Fido's crate and snacks, but it will cost you more than ever. Always check your airline's latest pet rules, as they now include larger luggage allowances for pet supplies alongside steeper charges to actually bring the pet aboard. Number 4. Stricter dog import rules. Starting mid-2025, all dogs flying to the U.S. face new documentation rules. The CDC now requires every canine to be microchipped, healthy, and at least 6 months old upon entry. Travelers must fill out the official CDC dog import form, kind of like a health declaration, before arrival. If a dog has been in a so-called high-risk country for rabies in the past 6 months, additional certificates are needed. Airlines will enforce these rules at check-in. Any missing paperwork can cause refusal to board. This is catch the unprepared travelers off guard. People importing puppies or rescues can suddenly find their furry friend grounded if they overlooked a vaccine record or the new CDC form. Want to travel safer and smarter? Check out the best travel gear in the description. These top picks make every trip easier and more comfortable. Number 5. Reduced cabin crew on some flights. You may soon notice fewer flight attendants per plane. In 2025, the FAA approved American Airlines' request to fly certain Boeing 787 Dreamliners with just 7 crew members, down from 8 or more. The change applies on new premium-configured 787 routes. United Airlines already operates its 787-10s on 7-member crews, and Delta flies its A330 with 6. In practice, this means each attendant has a heavier workload, and each exit door might now be managed by a single person. This drew sharp criticism from flight crews, but for travelers it will mean leaner cabin service teams. Flights will run as normal, but flyers should be aware that the FAA now allows these planes to carry 1 fewer crew member than the old standard. Number 6. Mandatory 24/7. Customer support. A new law now guarantees round-the-clock live help for delays. Airlines are required to provide free 24/7 customer service, phone or text chat with a live agent during mass disruption events. This rule took effect in late 2024, though not widely known by leisure travelers. Practically, it means if your flight is canceled in the middle of the night, an airline must have someone available immediately to assist, a response to past breakdowns when stranded travelers waited hours on hold. It's aimed at preventing situations like the harsh winter of 2022, where many found no help after delays. Summer 2025 travelers should test it. We should expect agents to be reachable 24/7 as mandated. Number 7. Fee disclosure rule. Delayed. Ironically, a traveler-friendly rule hit a snag. The DOT had planned to force airlines to disclose baggage and change fees up front, no more hidden charges, by spring 2025. However, a court has blocked that requirement for now. The net effect is that, as of summer 2025, airlines are still not required to list bag fees transparently before you buy a ticket. This remains a surprise trap. You may only discover extra costs at the last booking step. Keep an eye on all fee menus and add-ons. Until the rule clears legal hurdles, passengers must remain vigilant. Fee transparency efforts have stalled despite knowing they were coming. Rule number 8. TSA ends. Shoes off. Requirement. In July 2025, TSA announced passengers no longer must remove shoes at checkpoints. For nearly 20 years, travelers dutifully divested their footwear, a policy born after the 2001 shoe bomber attempt. Starting mid-July, however, all flyers in general security lanes at major U.S. airports can keep shoes on. Only if a metal detector alarm sounds will the TSA ask you to remove them for additional screening. This unexpected change aims to speed up lines and reduce hassle. It's caught many off guard. Longtime travelers will notice a major ritual vanish overnight, making airport entry smoother and surprising anyone who still remembers pre-2006 security norms. Number 9. American Airlines reinstates gate. Standby, effective July 1st, 2025. American Airlines reversed its controversial policy and again let all passengers, not just elites, request same-day standby at airport gates. In practice, this means anyone can approach a gate agent to attempt an earlier flight if seats are available, rather than being locked into app-only lists. The change undoes a 2024 rule that forced nearly everyone to manage standby via a phone app and barred agents from helping unless you were a status holder. Now, AA joins Delta and United in putting people power back into travel. Stranded flyers who remember being left helpless at busy hubs like DFW or JFK will be relieved. Gate agents are once again free to assist any customer with standby requests. Number 10. Solo traveler. Surcharge. In fares. A startling pricing quirk has come to light. Several U.S. airlines seem to be charging lone travelers more per seat than groups. Analyses in 2025 found that a pair flying together often pays less per person than if each booked solo. In other words, the airfare algorithms quietly impose a solo traveler fee. For example, two friends might split a $600 fare while one person buying the same itinerary ends up paying $350 or $400 alone. Carriers including American, Delta, Southwest, and United appear to use this tactic. It's not a publicly announced rule, but travelers are catching on that booking multiple seats can be cheaper on a per-person basis. Unwary solo flyers could be shocked to discover they've paid significantly more unless they grab a second seat under another name. Number 11. Baggage size. Crackdown. Luggage. Lovers should beware. Airlines are tightening dimensions. Rumors suggest American will shrink its carry-on size limits in late 2025 to match stricter international standards. In fact, Delta, Southwest, and even carriers like Canada's WestJet are already enforcing smaller personal item or carry-on policies. The net effect: some standard roller bags or big duffels that used to pass as personal items or carry-ons may soon be too big and forced into the cargo hold. Travelers could find their normal carry-on tagged for checking. Airport experts now advise everyone to measure their bags carefully before flying. This sudden enforcement of tighter rules could leave packed suitcases unexpectedly subject to extra fees. Number 12. Facial recognition. Takes over. Biometric boarding is expanding in the U.S. United, Alaska, and Delta now offer touchless ID lanes. If you opt in via the Airline app and TSA pre-check, cameras will match your face against your passport photo without you handing over any documents. United rolled this out at Chicago O'Hare and Seattle's SeaTac airports and is now adding more locations. The technology scans your face to confirm identity in seconds at the checkpoint. Experts say this trend will extend to bag drop and even boarding gates. For travelers, it's a sneak peek at the future. Soon your face will be the boarding pass. Be prepared that the airport might not even ask for your ID at all. They'll already have it digitally linked to your reservation. These surprise rule changes are reshaping the way we travel in 2025, and if you're not prepared, they could ruin your entire trip before it even starts. But now, you know exactly what to watch for, what to avoid, and how to stay one step ahead of the airlines and the TSA. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because next week, I'm breaking down even more secret airline hacks that can save you serious money and stress. And if you want to stay truly ahead of the game, check out the video on screen now. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one. In 2025, TSA is secretly cracking down on items you've packed your whole life, and some of them will shock you. Imagine breezing through security, only to watch agents pull out your favorite essentials and toss them, with zero warning. Most travelers don't find out until they're humiliated at the checkpoint, and by then, it's too late. Today, I'm exposing the unexpected everyday items that TSA will confiscate this year, and the simple trick to make sure it never happens to you. Number 1. Canned or jarred food items. Most flyers know that liquids over 3.4 ounces are banned, but now, TSA has added new attention to jarred or canned items, even those that look solid. In 2025, Certain canned foods like soups, beans, canned tuna, or even fruit cocktails will be flagged and confiscated if packed in carry-on. TSA classifies these items under the liquid rule, especially if the contents have visible liquid or sauce. Even items like jam jars, salsa, and honey are now routinely tossed. The big change? Even foods under the 3.4-ounce limit may be pulled if they're packed in pressurized or sealed metal cans. The internal pressure causes problems in cargo holds and triggers some newer X-ray alerts. Unless it's a fully dry, sealed food, assume it needs to go in checked baggage or leave it behind. TSA won't hesitate to toss your gourmet jam even if it's unopened and costs $15. Number 2. Personal CO. 2 cartridges for grooming. Grooming tools with small CO. 2 cartridges are now under fire. These include travel razors, portable facial steamers, and even certain mist sprays that rely on compressed gas. As of July 2025, TSA rules require any pressurized cartridge to be declared, and if it's not under a strict size limit, it will be confiscated. Many travelers don't realize their compact skincare tool uses compressed gas. TSA has started treating these the same as CO2 cartridges for bike tires or air guns. They can't go in carry-on without proper documentation and may not be allowed at all on international flights. So if you're flying with anything that hisses, sprays, or cools using a tiny canister, don't assume it's TSA friendly. These cartridges pose explosion risks in cabin pressure and are now heavily scrutinized. Number 3. Travel games with magnetic pieces or dice. Here's one most families won't see coming. Compact travel games are now being flagged, especially sets that contain loose magnets, dice, or metal tokens. After a few incidents involving magnetic interference and passenger concealment, TSA revised its guidance in late 2025. Magnetic chess pieces, backgammon tokens, and mini-board games that use strong neodymium magnets or weighted metal dice are subject to screening. If not declared, they may be confiscated or delayed for inspection. The concern? Some pieces can interfere with aircraft instruments, and others have been used to hide contraband or tamper with in-flight gear. Also, dice sets made of dense metal alloys sometimes trigger alarms in the X-ray due to their mass and unusual shape. To avoid issues, opt for soft magnetic games or card-based entertainment instead. Number 4. Oversized protein powders and drink mixes. Here's one that catches fitness travelers off guard. Large tubs or bags of protein powder, meal replacement mix, or even powdered electrolytes are getting flagged more frequently. Since July 2025, TSA has ramped up scrutiny on powders over 12 ounces. Why? Powdered materials can mask banned substances and trigger alerts during scanning. Even baby formula and flour have been stopped for chemical swabbing. The rule applies to both checked and carry-on bags, but the biggest issue is with undeclared or unlabeled powders in carry-ons. If you bring a Ziploc full of white powder, expect questions. To avoid delays or confiscation, only carry small quantities under 12 ounces and keep it in the original labeled container. Better yet, put it in your checked bag. TSA officers have the right to test, delay, or discard any powder-like substance. Number 5. Foldable cutlery with hidden blades. Eco-conscious travelers love foldable utensils, but not all of them are TSA-friendly. In particular, reusable travel cutlery sets with collapsible or detachable handles, especially those made of metal, are now subject to stricter checks. Some brands include hidden blades or multifunction tools like mini box cutters, screwdrivers, or sharp-edged sporks that meet the legal definition of a blade. TSA officers are now trained to flag items that appear as common tools but double as sharp or locking weapons. Even utensils sold as travel safe online may not meet TSA inspection standards. If your fork or spoon folds down and locks, expect an inspection. If it has any pointed edge or steel tip over 2.36 inches, you'll likely lose it. The safest option? Stick with basic plastic or bamboo reusable utensils with no moving parts. Number 6. Medical ice packs and cooling gel sheets. Travelers carrying medications that require refrigeration often pack ice packs, gel sheets, or cooling wraps, but new TSA rules have made these items tricky. As of July 2025, gel-based cooling products are now treated as liquids unless they're completely frozen at the time of screening. If your gel pack is even slightly melted or squishy to the touch, it may be confiscated on the spot. This especially affects insulin users, migraine sufferers, or athletes using cooling patches for inflammation. What changed? TSA's revised screening guidelines now list semi-solid medical cooling aids as conditional liquids. If they exceed 3.4 ounces and aren't solid, they don't get a free pass unless properly declared, with supporting documentation. Want to avoid delays or loss? Freeze the item solid, label it, and place it next to your meds. Also carry a doctor's note or prescription label, just in case. Without these, agents may discard your cooling gear, even if it's medically essential. Number 7. Unlabeled CBD gummies or topicals. Even though CBD products are legal in many states, they remain a gray area at TSA checkpoints, especially if the packaging isn't clear. As of late 2025, TSA has started seizing CBD gummies, oils, or creams that aren't clearly labeled with hemp origin and THC content below 0.3%. If the label is missing or written in another language, the item can be confiscated, even if purchased legally in the US. International travelers are hit hardest, especially when flying into or out of strict regions. Also, some airlines now prohibit any CBD oils or topical creams in carry-on, citing customs and airline liability issues. If you're carrying CBD snacks or skincare, make sure they're sealed, clearly marked with legal compliance, and under the carry-on liquid limit if applicable. TSA isn't testing the content on site. They go by labels and documentation. Number 8. Heated eye masks and USB neck pillows. Comfort gadgets are getting smarter but also more restricted. TSA now flags USB-powered eye masks, neck pillows, and wearable heating pads as potential safety concerns if their heating elements can't be easily detached or inspected. These products often use hidden heating coils or lithium microcells that automatically activate when plugged in. The problem? If TSA agents can't verify what's inside, or if it looks like an unknown circuit, they'll pull it for secondary screening. Heated masks used for dry eyes or sinus relief are particularly tricky because they often come with timing chips or smart sensors. If you're traveling with one, make sure the battery is removable and it's clearly labeled. Avoid tossing it loose in your carry-on, as it may be mistaken for suspicious tech. TSA agents have been trained to confiscate unmarked, non-detachable heated gear due to fire concerns in cabin. Number 9. Smart water bottles. Smart water bottles with built-in temperature sensors, LED indicators, or Bluetooth hydration reminders are now red flagged at TSA checkpoints. Starting July 2025, several airlines and airport authorities have begun requiring these bottles to be declared at security. Why? Many of them contain lithium coin batteries, heating elements, or transmitters, which trigger screening alerts. Even if empty, a smart bottle with active tech can be seen as a potential fire or surveillance risk. TSA now treats them similarly to smart luggage, acceptable only if the battery is removable and you pack it separately. Unfortunately, most travelers don't realize this. If your bottle can charge, glow, connect to your phone, or monitor your water intake, it's at risk of being confiscated. Flyers should switch to a regular stainless steel bottle for flights. Number 10. Encrypted USB drives and secure hard disks. Starting mid-2025, TSA and customs officers have flagged encrypted USB drives and secure hard drives as potential inspection risks, especially for international travel. If your drive includes automatic password encryption, biometric locks, or military-grade security features, it may be denied at the checkpoint. U.S. agencies are under pressure to limit unscannable digital storage from crossing borders due to increasing cyber concerns. This especially affects business travelers, journalists, or creators carrying secure backups. In some cases, officers may request decryption on the spot. If you refuse, or if the encryption block scanning the drive can be confiscated. Travelers often assume data storage is harmless, but in 2025, certain drives are treated like sealed containers with hidden content. If you must carry digital gear, use cloud backups and bring only open-format scan-friendly devices. Number 11. High alcohol mini bottles. Bringing alcohol on flights isn't new, but the rules have changed. As of mid-2025, TSA has tightened enforcement around mini liquor bottles that exceed 70% alcohol content. That includes some absinthe, grain alcohol, and overproof rums that travelers may bring from abroad or duty-free shops. Even in small 50-milliliter bottles, if the alcohol content is too high, it's considered a hazardous material. TSA now uses quick scanners to detect ABV levels, and if yours crosses the limit, it's gone. This rule applies to both carry-on and checked luggage. Even if you bought it sealed at a duty-free store, you could lose it at a connecting checkpoint. Always check the ABV before packing. Standard wine, beer, and regular spirits under 70% are fine, but those ultra-high proof bottles? They're now considered unsafe and will be confiscated without warning. Number 12. Electronic diffusers and essential oil sprayers. If you travel with portable diffusers, mini humidifiers, or oil mist sprayers, be aware. TSA has now included many of these gadgets in their enhanced screening list. The issue isn't the essential oils, it's the ultrasonic spray mechanism inside. Starting July 2025, devices that convert liquid into mist using high-frequency vibration are being flagged. Why? They contain small oscillators and fluid chambers that are hard to inspect and resemble prohibited vaping hardware or e-cig components. In several cases, these sprayers have been mistaken for liquid delivery systems in electronic devices. To avoid confiscation, always empty the water tank and disassemble the sprayer if possible. Keep oils sealed in 3.4-ounce bottles and carry them in your liquids bag. If your diffuser doesn't separate into clearly visible parts, TSA agents may seize it as a precaution. You think your checked luggage is safe? In 2025, it's more at risk than ever, and airlines won't tell you the truth. Bags are going missing, valuables are being stolen, and travelers are left helpless at baggage claim every single day. But there's a crucial step you can take right now to protect your stuff, and no, it's not a pricey lock or a tracking tag. Stick around, because what I'm about to show you could save your luggage, your money, and your sanity. Let's dive into it. Number 1. Theft at baggage. Claim is worse than you think. You'd think airports are secure, but baggage claim is a thief's playground. There are no ID checks when someone grabs a suitcase off the carousel. Anyone can walk in, pick up a bag, and disappear with no questions asked. In multiple airports across the US and Europe, footage has surfaced of random people casually stealing other travelers' luggage. Why? Because it's fast, easy, and nearly impossible to trace. Most airports cut staff in recent years, and baggage claim security didn't make the priority list. Some thieves even pretend to be Uber drivers or helpers to create a distraction while they swipe your stuff. If your flight is delayed or you're slow getting to the carousel, your bag might already be gone. To stay safe, don't linger. Be the first one at the belt. Know what your suitcase looks like and never rely on airport staff to stop a theft. They usually don't even notice it's happening. Number 2. The fragile tag myth. Putting a fragile sticker on your suitcase doesn't mean your bag will be handled carefully. In fact, some airport workers claim these stickers make no difference at all, unless they're printed and tagged by the airline itself. Even then, the promise is weak. Your luggage still goes on the same carts, under the same weight, and through the same machinery. Some handlers admit fragile tagged bags are even placed at the bottom of the cart just to balance the load. It's also a myth that these stickers help prevent theft. If anything, a bag marked fragile can attract attention, especially if it's a sleek or expensive hardshell case. Real fragile items should never be in your checked bag in the first place. If you care about it, keep it with you and carry on. Otherwise, you're depending on overworked staff who are moving thousands of bags an hour to treat yours like it's special. Spoiler, they won't. Number 3. TSA bans and new rules in 2025. In 2025, TSA cracked down hard on electronics and batteries in checked bags. Power banks, extra batteries, and certain e-cigarette devices are now banned from checked luggage entirely. A surge in lithium-ion fires forced this change, and yes, it's already led to bags being pulled from flights. If you pack the wrong thing, your bag could be delayed or even left behind. What's worse, airlines rarely inform passengers clearly about this rule. Many people only find out when they see a notice that their bag was opened by security. That's assuming it arrives at all. Airport screening tech can now detect banned electronics inside your suitcase, and they'll remove them without notifying you. This includes battery-powered grooming devices, large camera gear, and smart suitcases with non-removable batteries. So before your flight, check every pocket. Remove all lithium-powered gadgets and pack them in carry-on. Otherwise, your belongings might not make it, whether your suitcase does or not. Number 4. Baggage handler. Theft tricks. Some of the biggest threats come from the inside. Baggage handlers have access to your suitcase when it's out of sight, and unfortunately, not all of them are honest. In many airports, organized rings of workers quietly open zippers, remove valuables, and reseal bags before they ever reach the plane. They know where to feel for electronics and hidden compartments. Sometimes they use ballpoint pens to pop zippers without breaking the lock. Then, they press the zipper back into place, making it look untouched. These thefts often happen during layovers, when your bag sits unattended between flights. The worst part? Airlines rarely take responsibility. Unless you catch it before leaving the airport and prove it was stolen in transit, your claim usually goes nowhere. To protect yourself, never pack cash, jewelry, or high-end gadgets in your checked bag. If you can't afford to lose it, don't check it. And definitely don't trust zippers as your only line of defense. Number 5. Trackers like AirTags are a game changer. If you're not using a tracker in your suitcase in 2025, you're flying blind. Apple AirTags and similar GPS devices have saved thousands of travelers from lost luggage nightmares. These trackers let you see exactly where your bag is, even when the airline swears it's somewhere else. One flyer recently proved their bag was still at the departure airport, despite the airline claiming it was in transit. AirTags now integrate with airline apps like United and Lufthansa, meaning some airlines even encourage passengers to share their tracking data if a bag goes missing. It's smart. But don't just drop the tracker in an outside pocket. Hide it deep inside the bag where it's harder for thieves to spot and remove. Also, rename the AirTag to something discreet. Don't call it My Luggage. That makes it easier to spoof. With a $25 tag and 30-second setup, you can hold airlines accountable and keep tabs on your suitcase in real time. Number 6. Don't wander. Stand at the carousel fast. The moment your plane lands, your job isn't done. One of the easiest ways people lose their luggage isn't theft in transit, it's theft at the belt. Thieves count on distracted passengers showing up late. While you're using the restroom, grabbing a coffee, or waiting for a travel partner, your suitcase could already be rolling past strangers. Some might grab the wrong bag by accident, others do it on purpose. Many bags look alike, and if someone walks out with yours, the airport doesn't check IDs or ownership tags. You have one defense. Get to the carousel immediately and watch closely. Don't wait for your name to be called. Don't assume airport security is monitoring it. If your bag isn't there when others from your flight are showing up, report it fast. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to track or recover. Being quick isn't rude, it's necessary. Number 7. TSA-approved locks are worth it. Some people skip using locks on their luggage because they think the TSA will just cut them off. That's not true, as long as you use TSA-approved locks. These locks can be opened with a master key by airport security, so your bag stays protected without getting destroyed. While no lock is 100% theft-proof, even a simple lock deters opportunistic theft. Baggage thieves want easy targets, bags they can unzip in seconds. A locked suitcase takes longer, draws attention, and might convince them to move on. Make sure you avoid cheap combination locks that can be picked with a pen or shimmed open. Go with a quality lock and double-check the packaging for the red diamond TSA symbol. And remember, locking your bag isn't about stopping a master thief. It's about keeping out the lazy ones. It's a small move that makes a big difference when your bag is out of sight for hours. Number 8. Make your bag look wild. You want your bag to be the least desirable and most noticeable one on the carousel. That means ditching the boring black suitcase look. If your bag looks like every other piece of luggage, it becomes an easy target for both accidental grabbers and sneaky thieves. But if it stands out, bright colors, a neon strap, huge tags, or even duct tape decorations, it becomes too risky to steal and easy for you to spot from a distance. Bold visuals act like a built-in alarm system. A thief knows it's harder to walk out unnoticed with a flamingo print suitcase or one wrapped in lime green tape. This doesn't just prevent theft, it also stops honest mistakes. You don't want someone grabbing your identical bag by accident. Personalizing your luggage is cheap, easy, and gives you an edge when your flight lands in a crowded terminal. Don't blend in. Stand out, and you'll keep your stuff safer. Number 9. Pack like it's going missing. Pack your checked bag like it might vanish because it just might. That means never putting anything inside that you can't replace. Laptops, hard drives, jewelry, medication, cameras, and cash all belong in your carry-on. Airlines lose millions of bags every year, and most don't offer full compensation. In fact, if your international bag gets lost, the standard airline payout is only about $1,700. That won't cover much if your tech, shoes, or designer clothes are in that suitcase. Some travelers try to photograph their packed contents before flying. Smart move. If your bag gets damaged, you'll have proof of what was inside. And don't forget, always distribute your clothes between checked and carry-on bags. That way, even if your luggage ends up in the wrong country, you're not stuck with nothing. Fly with the mindset that your suitcase might not show up when you do, and you'll avoid the worst-case scenario. Number 10. Insure or regret. Travel insurance often feels optional until your suitcase disappears. If you're flying in 2025 without some kind of luggage coverage, you're taking a big risk. Airlines are only required to compensate a fraction of your losses. And unless you file paperwork immediately at the airport, your claim may get denied altogether. Some premium credit cards already cover lost or delayed baggage, Check your terms before buying separate insurance. If not, adding luggage coverage to your travel insurance usually costs just a few dollars. That small fee can reimburse you for lost clothes, damaged items, and emergency replacements while abroad. And don't skip the basics. Take a photo of your suitcase before checking it, keep receipts for valuables, and file a damage report before leaving the airport. If you wait until you're home, the airline will likely shrug you off. In short, insurance isn't about expecting disaster. It's about recovering when it happens. Number 11. Soft-sided bags are a hidden risk. Soft-sided luggage might seem practical, but in 2025, it's one of the easiest targets for theft and damage. These bags can be cut open, crushed, or even popped with a pen between zipper teeth, all without leaving clear signs of tampering. Baggage handlers often refer to them as rip and dump bags because they're so vulnerable during fast loading. And if your bag rips or the zipper breaks, airlines rarely take responsibility, blaming the design or overpacking. Unlike hard-shell cases, soft materials offer no structure, which puts electronics, liquids, and valuables at risk. If you fly frequently or check bags with anything breakable, investing in a durable hard-shell suitcase is a smart upgrade. It not only deters thieves, but also stands up better to the pressure and chaos behind the scenes. Your luggage should protect your stuff, not make it easier to steal or destroy. Number 12. Airline apps are not always accurate. Don't rely on your airline's app to track your luggage. In 2025, most airlines only scan bags 3 times: at check-in, loading, and arrival. That leaves huge gaps where your suitcase could go missing, get rerouted, or be left behind, and you wouldn't know. Some travelers have landed at their destination, seen "bag delivered" on the app, and then waited an hour at the carousel for nothing. Their bag never made it on the plane. That's why personal tracking devices like AirTags are essential. They update in real time and give you control, not just vague airline data. And if the app shows no update shortly after you land, don't wait. Head straight to the lost baggage desk and report it. Early reporting gives you a better shot at recovery. The app is a tool, not a guarantee. Always have a backup plan.